Hey y'all. I hope all is well with you and your families. Like all that. I really don't. So, about, let's see, because before I went to this shelter that I'm about to tell this great story about, my testimony, I had went to Nashville, okay? And I was like, I'm tired of sleeping in the car. I want to get out, do something with my kids. We need to probably go to another state to see if that'll work out. So we go to Nashville, y'all. And we find this shelter that I called before I even hit the road, okay? And we get there, it's a good hour, 42-minute drive. And I'm on the back roads going there, okay? So we get there, we get to the shelter. And at this time, y'all, I still smoked weed, but I was going through a lot. So please do not judge, all right? I had this dude I was in cahoots with that I thought was my forever too. So this is what the doing was. That's where the mistake was. And yeah. So we get there. I tell them we're here for this. I called from Tennessee and I came on up here. I get in there. The men are on one side of the building. Ladies are on one side. But in the parking lot, I guess I got there at the time where everybody was outside, this and that, because it's a curfew. You don't sit in that building all day, every day. I'm like, okay, I don't think this is gonna be doable because going in that shelter, woo, I was like, I don't know, because we had a mattress we had to pull back and just seeing it, I'm like, oh my God, I was really nervous. I was nervous. I'm like, I believe in God, I can do this. And yeah, so I come in contact with this guy that's there. And he seen that I had a car. He had to go somewhere. Remind you, I'm in Nashville, so I don't know him. But I'm nice enough. I said, yeah, I'll take you over there. We can go to this temp service. I said, okay. So we get to this temp service. They paying 23 an hour, 18 an hour, and almost all these jobs. I'm like, what? I need to be coming up here to work. So I'm like, yeah, I'm originally from Knoxville. I'm only an hour, 42 minutes away from y'all. I'm currently transitioning from sleeping in the car to staying in the shelter, this and that. They was like, okay, well, you just got to work out your caregiver service for your kids and you can get on your temp service. Boom. I filled out my paperwork, y'all. They called me and said, you've been approved, this and that. I'm like, man, I don't have this. I don't have that. I'm like, man. So after that, I go to Section 8 in Nashville and I'm filling out paperwork. And, I'm on their waiting list because we're supposed to be up here. I'm thinking this is my new beginning. I'm too scared, y'all. So he take me to the hood. We chilling, we smoke, this and that. But dude was in cahoots with in Knoxville, Tennessee called me. I'm like, dude, this is for me and my kids. And realizing it in this situation, if you really was for me and you were the man that you say you were, we wouldn't even be in this. You know what I'm saying? So at this time, I'm 23. And my kids are 2 and 4 at this time. So it gets to nighttime where we supposed to go in. And, I'm like, I don't even want to be here no more. So I go inside and go get my stuff. And the lady's like, what do you mean you got to get your stuff? I said, I'm headed back to Knoxville, Tennessee. I don't feel comfortable staying here, this and that, this and that. So she needed to verify I was in there. I said, I need to get my shit so I can go. So they let me get my stuff. I'm heading back. And mind y'all, I done been up. I done drove that hour, 42 minutes to Nashville. Done rode around trying to find housing, trying to find a job, trying to find this stuff. Because I'm not from this area. I'm trying to make it for me and my kids. I took a risk by leaving. So they give me my stuff. I stop to get some gas. I fill up my tank. I look and check my account. I got $185 left. I said, okay, good. I put 50 in my tank, get on the road. And y'all, I'm not paying attention to how sleepy I am. The dude I was with, we argued. I'm like, I just got to get back home. I got to get back home. So my phone, it started freezing up. I'm like, what is going on? It felt so wicked. My phone froze up. I couldn't make calls. Dude wasn't answering. It was going to voicemail. I said, I'm about to hit the road. So I get a good 45 minutes down the road, I'm in some type of town where I'm like, I know this isn't far from Knoxville because I seen my daddy come up here before. But man, I was dozing off. So I go to the gas station. And I did doze off behind that wheel. I don't know what kept me going, but I know I seen something kept me going. It was driving behind that wheel. So I pulled over. I go in the gas station, get me some coffee. My kids got something to drink. And then when I pulled out, the cops pulled me over. It's 4 cop cars behind me. They said, "Excuse me, ma'am. We noticed you were sleeping behind the wheel, but your vehicle was still being operated." I said, "You know what? That's but God." I said, I told them my situation. We were sleeping in the car. We left the domestic violence situation. And I wanted to leave the state of Knoxville, come to find a shelter. I told them everything that I did and why I was falling asleep behind the wheel. So they followed me halfway to make sure me and my kids was good. Every 20 minutes they would stop. And I'm telling y'all, I'm scared because I know I made a mistake by falling asleep behind the wheel. But man, every 20 minutes they stopped me. I called my mom. I told her what's going on. And she was highly pissed off. Okay. So every 20 minutes they stopping to make sure I'm okay and I'm not falling asleep. The third time they stopped me, y'all, they checked my kids' car seats and they gave us brand new car seats. I said, "What is this for?" They said, "Well, we checked your kids' car seats and we seen that they were out of date. So we stood right there. I got some more gas. The cop pumped my gas. They brought up some snacks and new car seats. They took their old car seats out, put them in the back of a cop car, and they hooked up them new car seats for me." And the cop was talking to my mama on the phone the whole time. But I'm heading back to Knoxville. And once they see that I'm awake and I find the interstate to get back home to Knoxville, they let me go. And they said, "Make sure you get home safe, find you somewhere safe, and make sure you're not out here like that again." So boom. That's that. We get back. And I'm already frustrated. So I go to this park that's near my old high school. And they were back there fighting in the back of the car. Aiden's still in diapers at this time, so I'm having to change him. He went in his diaper and threw poop at Reagan. So I pulled over at this park in Fountain City, Tennessee, and I said, "You don't throw poop. You don't rub it on the back of my windows or nothing." And I popped his butt. And this lady from a business was recording me, came out, called the cops. So little did I know somebody else was watching and she had my back. It's crazy, y'all. So she called the cops. The cops pulled up. They are talking to both businesses across the street. The lady across the street is like, "Yeah, she was beating her kids, this and that, this and that." Then the other lady said, "You can come in my store and look at the cameras because everything was on camera." And then there was a black guy with his grandson that seen everything from a distance as well. And little did I know that was going to be an angel who helped me because I needed some stuff fixed on my car and I couldn't afford it at this time. He said, "You know, you a black woman. You got kids. That lady called the cop on you. I seen everything. You know, that ain't going to go too well for you if they take her word, but you do got this lady that's a witness over here." I said, "Right." So he sat right there with me. He told the cop what happened too, y'all. I'm scared. And I'm like, not knowing what's going on because I'm thinking like, kids gonna get taken. Kids gonna get taken. But no. He verified what happened because of the other lady's camera that I was parked in front of. Fountain City. This is 2023, y'all. So the black dude, he stays with me with his grandson and follows me with the cops around the corner near this church because they're telling me to turn around. And they call CPS for me. So I'm like, "Man, is my kids gonna get taken?" He said, "No, ma'am. You told me your situation and I see what you're going through because we were sleeping in the car." And the black dude took me to a shop and he fixed my car, gave me money and said, "Be on your way." At that time, I should have left again probably, but I didn't. So CPS gave me a call and I was nervous as heck then. I'm like, what's going on? So I talked to them. I tell them what's going on while we're sleeping in the car, how we ended up there, and all kind of things. So, okay, she said she seen my records of me reporting domestic violence and stuff like that, but nothing was ever done. I said, "Yes, ma'am." So You gotta go to Knoxville Justice Center over there on Harriet Tubman Street to report anything like that. And that's what I did. So I did that, go to the CPS the next day. I was nervous as heck. So I told social services what I was going through while I was sleeping in the car and what happened, this and that. And this lady, y'all, she called shelters with me, called places with me until somebody was able to say, yes, I have room for a mama and 2 kids. But before we left, this was the end of us sleeping in the car. CPS had came back outside. It was a black worker. She came back outside with 3 backpacks, one for each child and one for me. All the backpacks had hair stuff that I was wanting and needing. Rubber bands, leave-in conditioner. Oh my God, so much stuff, y'all. Combs, brushes, detangler. Then it had panties, body wash, lotion, snacks, coloring books. It had everything in it that I was needing at that time. So we go to the shelter that is in Blount County, Tennessee, which is a good 35, 40-minute drive. And I go to the courthouse to let the officer know that I'm here like they told me, because I have to be escorted to a shelter. So we get escorted to this shelter by the cop, which we had to actually meet up with the lady first, and then he escorted all of us. So we get there. And I'm going to end that here and go to my next video and put how I overcame the shelters. Okay, so thank y'all for listening to this, and I'll be seeing y'all in my next video.